Hello again, and welcome to James Plays Star Wars: The Old Republic. So, the beta is going to end soon, as far as I know, well, the weekend that I got in. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is quickly give you guys contrast between the different archetypes that are mirrored across the factions. So we'll start out here with the Imperial Agent. Let's get going. Okay, so I've leveled up pretty much all of the characters to at least level 5, just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of, what the character's going to be like in the first couple of levels. Obviously they're going to change a lot once you go into the advanced classes, but, this was best I could do in the time given. So, these guys are pretty interesting, because they have this cover mechanic. So, you see here, I'm targeting this guy over here, this Bogman Scout. You see this green thing next to the rocks here? That indicates that I can take cover there. So I have this move, take cover. So press 2 and I'll roll into that cover spot. Now when I'm in cover, I can do certain abilities that I have require me to be in cover, like snipe and this explosive probe here. So this guy here, I'm going to snipe him. Bam, pretty crazy damage and it has good range. I'm going to go into cover here. And I'm going to throw explosive probe on this guy. I'm going to shoot him and that should blow the probe up. Bam. Run in here. And then I have some moves that I don't need to be in cover, like this throw grenade. I'm going to run in here and I'm going to shiv this guy as he gets up. There we go, bam. So, they're pretty fun. Like, you can do some pretty crazy setups as you run in. Like, you go in from cover in a big group of dudes and you like chuck a bomb on one, snipe the other, shoot the guy that has the bomb, then throw a grenade as you run in and shiv, anyone that's left. There's also a couple other things I have here, like debilitate. This is a stun that you have to do close range. It's kind of like, it's a 4-second stun. Like, it'd get better. I'm guessing it's a crowd control mechanic. And I also have corrosive dart, which is a dot, and it's pretty good. So I'll show you these two. So we'll go roll into cover here. I'll dart this guy. Don't have to be in cover to do a dart. I'll bomb this guy and then shoot him, and then I'll run in, I'll throw a grenade, and then I'll try and debilitate this guy, and then stab. That actually killed him because it does do a little bit of damage, it appears. That does have 45-second cooldown, so it's not that bad. It can be used effectively as a crowd control. So yeah, these guys, they're pretty cool. They're kind of like, they're the equivalent to the Smuggler for the Imperials, the Republic, and I'll switch over to them in a second, show you the differences in their abilities. They're essentially the same abilities, just renamed. Have different skins on them, if you will, because they essentially do the same thing. Let's see what else we got here. Coordination. This is the buff that these guys get, that they can put on their teammates. Increases the friendly target's critical hit chance by 5% for 60 minutes. So yeah, it seems most classes, I'm pretty sure all, except maybe one, I could be wrong, get a buff like this, like a 60-minute buff. And so yeah, that's the one these guys get. I'm actually curious myself to see if the Smuggler's one is identical. But, so yeah, that's the Imperial Agent. Alright, I'm going to swap on over to the Smuggler now, so just give me a sec to do that. Actually, before I do swap onto the Smuggler, there's one thing I did forget to mention. Each class has their own little resting animation. So, in this game, in WoW, after you've killed something and you're low on health and mana, you eat food, and drink to get your health and mana back. In this, everyone has a recuperate. This guy's is called recuperate, and it's a channeled ability, and it channels over 15 seconds, and while you're doing that, you regain your health and your resources. So this is what the Imperial Agents looks like. Each class has their own little version of this, so I figured I'd show you that, because it is pretty cool. A bit of a minority report right there. So anyway, now I'll swap over to the Smugglers. Alright, so we're going to swap over to my Smuggler here, Harrison Fjord. You'll have to excuse me if these videos are a little rushed. I don't kind of doing them on the spot. I'm not doing the voice recording live and all that, so if there's any mistakes I apologize. I'm just trying to get these pumped out before the beta ends in a couple of hours. So yeah, I'm running this on a pretty old computer, so that's why I have pretty terrible frame rates while I'm frapsing, but I'm sure you guys can handle it. Alright, so this is the Smuggler, and their buff is called Lucky Shots, and it does do the same thing. It increases the critical chance by 5% for 60 minutes. So, yeah. The Recuperate, this thing's pretty cool. This is their regen. It just kind of stands there and flips a coin, you know, all Smuggler style, shoots it off into the air. Their abilities, yeah, like I was saying, identical, but obviously renamed. Like, instead of Snipe, we have Charge Burst, Sabotage Charge, Blaster Whip, Thermal Grenade is the same. This one's great. Instead of that shocking, whatever it was called, where he stabs them with the taser and stuns them, the Smugglers just kind of kick them in the nuts and stun them. So, they use the same cover mechanic as the Imperial Agent. Like, there's not much cover around here. Kind of, well, should work. Maybe it's going to look a bit awkward, but so do a bit. This is the equivalent to Snipe. Charge him. I'll run in and see, kick him in the balls. So I'm actually going to stun him because he's an elite, but you get the idea. What else? Instead of the corrosive dart, they have vital shot, and so it's a poison, bleed instead of a poison, but it's essentially identical. Come on, roll in there, bloody lag. So I just made her bleed to death. So yeah, oh, and instead of the Shiv, they have Blaster Whip. So they just run in and smack him across the head. Yeah. Oh, I kind of killed that guy. There we go. Punch him in the face. Alright, so that's the Smuggler. That's about all I can cover, I guess. I think I've gotten everything. I should probably kill this guy before I die. Not that it matters. Oh, you don't need to be behind something to take cover. You can just do it on the spot. So, if you're worried that, you know, there's not always going to be like a rock or something you can hide by, you can just crouch down and do your moves from that. Oh, that's one more thing I can talk about. Their resources, energy. Now, the way this works is your abilities all cost energy, and energy depletes when you use the abilities, obviously. Now, there is a metagame to this. Energy recharges faster the more you have. So if you spam all your abilities and, you know, drain all your energy straight away, it'll regen really, really slowly the lower it is. So you kind of have to plan what your, you know, how you're going to play your class around that. It's kind of interesting. I like that they've done that. Adds a little bit of extra thinking to the game, I guess. So, yeah, that's the Imperial Agent and the Smuggler contrast. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll be able to do the other classes as well. I think I've got them all up to level 5 so far, except for the Sith Warrior and Jedi Knight. But if I have enough time before the beta runs out, I'll get them done too. And then I also want to do a video of the Juggernaut, which is the guy that I put the most time into. I got him to like level 15, and I can kind of show you what the advanced class for the warrior is. So anyway, I'm gonna have to try and get out of here without dying anyway. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace.